And we are back with yet another episode of Jer and Mel Are in Love with Emily Blunt. I'm Jer. That's Mel. And here we like to watch every film starring Emily Blunt. And there's more than you might think.
Yeah, as pretty much anybody who I've talked to in the past, I don't know, month has been like, isn't she in only like 5 movies?
Guys, actress Emily Blunt is in at least 31 feature films and some television movies as well. And we're watching every single one in order according to the Rotten Tomatoes score. So from quote-unquote worst to quote-unquote first. We watch them and then tell you what we think about the films. But before we talk about Emily Blunt movies, Mel, what are we cooking?
Well, so, never made this before. It is a Spanish braised chicken with sherry and saffron.
Okay. And for dessert?
So, my friend Joanna the other day and I broke quarantine and met at the Home Depot parking lot to exchange some plants.
Shameful.
She gave me my plants and I gave her some makeup and she gave me a baggie full of frozen cookie dough, of which I ate.
So
I gave Jer like 1, maybe 2 dough balls.
I didn't get any
best.
of the cookie dough.
That's not true. You ate at least 1, if not 2.
I don't remember that.
And I've been feeling a little bad about this. So, the chicken right now is in the oven, braising, and there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm gonna pretend to be making the cookies at this point, but I can't really because I can't run the blender because you can't hear us. But there's butter in here so far. There's gonna be some sugar, and I'm gonna recreate the DoubleTree Hilton chocolate chip
Oh,
cookie.
the cookies that you get when you go to the hotel.
Yeah.
You check in, and at the DoubleTree, they give you a warm cookie.
Recipe. They released their recipe in March of 2020, due to this all that's going on, to make us feel more at home.
Well, isn't that nice and considerate?
Yeah, there's a very good chance these won't get cooked either.
Fair enough.
The dough was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, like, are you kidding me? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, that's okay. While you get started on those DoubleTree cookies, let's talk a little bit about last week's movie, the Jane Austen Book Club. You ranked that, let's see, you put that at number 10 out of the ones that we've seen so far, somewhere between Wild Target and Dane in Real Life. Any thoughts on Jane Austen Book Club since we talked about it?
Sadly, with the exception of Emily Blunt's super cute outfits, of which I would wear any of them, no. I have no thoughts.
We haven't got a good authority.
Although it's been bothering me a little bit that the main book club, the matriarch of the book clubs, who I recognized from Edward Scissorhands as the promiscuous hairdresser. I know I've seen her in something else between then and now, and I cannot figure it out. And I've thought about Emily Blunt's outfits, and I've tried to figure out what other movies this woman was in, because I really like her face, and she's great. But I feel like she has to have done something since Edward Scissorhands. Or am I just remembering her from that?
Oh, she's been in tons of stuff. I'll have to look up in the review. Or in the comments, we'll put down the actress that Melody is talking about. I have it on good authority that we spoke to some people. Some of you guys like the Jane Austen Book Club and let us know that if you do, in fact, if you are a Jane Austen fan, the movie is a lot more enjoyable. Hey, Mel, you want to address that?
I know.
Are you in a position to take care
of
the cursing?
The kind of person. Hudson! Down. who would read Jane Austen books
True.
because I'm a girl,
True.
but I don't. I read westerns.
And true. All true.
So I don't. I'm like not. I got no issue with people who read those books and who like this movie. It's just not me.
My final thought on Jane Austen Book Club: too many dog takes.
There were just enough dog takes. The dog was always going.
Like 3 or 4 times, and they wanted to really let you know that something funny or quirky was happening. They would always cut to the dog.
Whose dog was it? I don't even remember why there
It was
a dog.
the spinster, the woman who wouldn't.
What do you mean by spinster, Jim?
I mean someone who deigns not to be married before 30. They're wasted, spoiled women. I believe it. The world believes it. It's not my fault.
Another world.
Moving on, of course, this week we have some blunt facts. And speaking, I'm glad we talked about the dog because there are 2 pet facts about Emily Blunt. She once had a hamster named Tigger, and she currently has a red fox Labrador named Finn.
I believe the hamster part. I don't believe the Labrador part.
I got these off of the International Database of Movies. So who are you to judge? This week's movie is Salmon Fishing in the Yemen from 2011, starring Ewan McGregor and Emily Blunt. And it's got a Rotten Tomatoes score of 67%, and it's number 17 on our list. So we've got 17 movies to go. The movie is about 1 hour, 51 minutes. So we'll probably be back online at about 9:45 tonight. Ewan McGregor. Thoughts on Ewan McGregor before we jump into this movie?
He's generally dreamy.
Mm-hmm.
He has very sparkly blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He smiles when he talks.
Mm-hmm. Prediction time. Do you think Emily and Ewan use their native accents in this movie?
Oh, I would hope so. That would seem like a really silly casting to cast 2. Well, he's not even British though. What is he?
Scottish.
I would hope that. Well, okay. So I'm guessing it's British accents. She gets to stick with hers. He gets to just slightly move his over.
I hope to God they use their own accents because I think that would be the cutest thing ever. So, and based on the title alone, describe one scene you think that happens in this movie.
I don't know. I can't imagine that they fish.
You don't think they fish. So the movie is called Salmon Fishing in the Yemen.
Well, so
and it's an ironic title.
Here's the thing that we know about salmon fishing, though, is that because you've done it, if you recall, you salmon fished.
Yeah.
And I have an uncle who's a salmon fisher.
Yeah.
Salmon are really big, and it's not like something that you just do casually, like with a girlfriend. You're not like, hey, we're gonna go salmon fishing. Like that requires like a big boat and big tackle and big poles and experience. So I don't think they fish.
Okay. So you've talked about what doesn't happen in the movie. Any guess on what might happen in the movie?
They kiss.
They kiss. You think Emily Blunt and Ewan McGregor kiss in this movie?
I hope so.
I think it's a fair prediction.
I mean, they could be siblings for all we know.
Yeah, and they could still kiss. It could be a Game of Thrones situation. We don't know. Certainly, you can find this film on Amazon Prime is probably the best place to find this, or on the Microsoft Windows movie server as well.
The people who I've spoken to so far about this movie very much like this movie.
Yes, the buzz on this movie is very positive. Even at 67% tomatoes.
Mom liked it. Mindy liked it. I feel like I talked to someone.
That's right. Some of our biggest fans.
Big fans.
Big fans of Jameel Webb. So we're gonna finish making cookies, and we're gonna let the chicken braise, and we'll be back online between 9:45, 10 o'clock. We'll shoot out a little
How long is
message.
this movie?
1 hour and 50 minutes.
So what time are we saying?
About 9:45, 10.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Yes, I did the calculations. We will, again, I'm Chair. That's Mel, and we're gonna eat dinner. You go eat dinner, and we'll see you on the couch. All right. Bye-bye.